I think maybe the next question would be, how do you get credit? What is the way to get credit? Because if you don't have credit, you haven't had a credit card, you don't have an auto loan, these are all the best ways that I know of that we've found to get your credit to start it is you can co-sign on a car with a parent, then you're getting credit. You can be authorized to use their credit card, or you can start your own credit card, but that can be hard to get a credit card when you don't have credit. So there are first-time credit cards out there, or there's a secured credit card where you go into a bank or credit union and say, hey, look, I want to get a credit card, but I want a secured credit card. I'm going to put $500 or $1,000 into an account. You're going to give me a credit card that I can use up to that money.
Okay.
And and so they're protecting themselves because they don't know what your credit history is or anything.
Right.
And then over 6 months, you have proved yourself. It usually takes about 6 months to kind of be able to get into the harder credit stuff to get, like an actual credit card or things like that. So those are some ways that you can start your credit. A note on credit too. So real quick on just some things to consider. So on your credit, if you feel like it's lower than it should be, there's a couple things that I tell people immediately you can do. And then if we need to go through the credit repair agency that I love, then they will dig in a little deeper. And sometimes we have to work with the bureaus to fix some stuff in your history, take it off your credit report, that raises your credit. But the number one thing that I've noticed is credit cards. If you're using more than 30% of your credit card, and the bureaus, the lenders, the creditors are going to report to the bureaus once a month. And if your use of that, say you have $1,000 credit limit, you've used $700 of it, and that gets reported to the credit bureau. Well, that's not going to look so good because what they want to see is you're using 30% or less of that credit. So your $1,000 you have available, don't use more than $300. If you have used more than $300, you want to pay that down to that 30% and don't go any higher than 30%.
When you're applying for any loan.
Yeah, or even just to get yourself that credit, because it might take a month or 2 or 3 for that credit to come back up or to come up. And so you just don't want to go over 30%. If you can help it, sometimes you have to, but that is the kind of the magic number on credit cards. And that's the number one thing that what I've been able to do is I can look at your credit and I can do the what if calculator and I can say, all right, if this person pays down their credit card this much and this credit card down this much, what is that going to raise their credit score to? And oh my gosh, all that you have to do is pay down this one credit card, $700, and their credit score jumps up by 60 points.
So Credit Karma has that function.
Okay, yes.
Right, an estimate. How accurate would you say Credit Karma's?
So okay, so with credit scores, this is the weird part about credit scores. They're different.
Right.
If you do an auto loan or a mortgage or whatever, there's a different emphasis and they'll show a different score. So Credit Karma, what they show your credit score to be, can at least give you a good idea, but don't be surprised when the lender pulls up your credit and it's actually a different number than what Credit Karma shows. And it's oftentimes a little bit lower than what Credit Karma shows. But it at least gives you an idea as to know where you're at.
It's a good tool, it's kind of like looking at homes on Zillow.
Yeah.
It can give you an idea, but it's probably not super accurate with where the market really is.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Yep.